going? It's recording. Finally. Hey! What's up? I'm about to talk about one of my favorite movies of the entire year. A film I've been wanting to talk about for a while now, and now that the review embargo's dropped, I think I can legally discuss this, that I saw this 3 months ago at a test screening. They talked about how unfinished it was. Being real, it wasn't like unfinished all the way. I'd say it was just like a little bit unfinished. Unpolished, I guess, is like the best word. It wasn't 100% done, but now that I've seen it, I can talk about it in depth. And I'm going to be seeing it again tomorrow, possibly get a spoiler review out later in the week. I'm going to be going out of town on a trip with a bunch of friends. That's going to be a big vlog video. I did that last year when we went to Austin. We're going to see Barbie in Austin, so I'm going to be seeing it twice this week, actually. Have nothing against that. This movie fucking rules, and I'm about to explain to you why. Without spoilers, of course. So, everyone's been wondering, what is a Barbie movie gonna be like? Like, what is the tone? What do you do with a Barbie movie? That just sounds like it could be really childish, boring, and lame, or it could be a good balance. Is it animated? Is it gonna be a kid's film? Oh, here Margot Robbie's gonna be in it? Ryan Gosling is gonna be in it? Oh, wait, Greta Gerwig's directing it. I love Little Women. I loved Lady Bird. What is she gonna do with a Barbie movie? Noah Baumbach's helping her write it. They're writing it together as a couple. That's awesome. Noah Baumbach, motherfucker, wrote Marriage Story and directed it too, and he did Frances Ha with Greta Gerwig. So he's obviously fantastic. She's fantastic. The cast is fantastic. That's all you've been seeing, and you've been wondering with the marketing. It looks like it could be fun, but is the movie like actually great? Is it going to live up to Lady Bird or Little Women expectations? I'd say it's my favorite of the three, and Look, I love Lady Bird. It's great. I adored Little Women. And I was like, I don't know if it'll top those. But I mean, a Barbie movie can be a really fun time. I didn't expect it to be a really fun existential crisis film in the way that it goes. It is such an interesting take on everything that it just completely blew my mind. It has a really good message for women. And I think especially the upcoming generation of women, they talk about, as a product, how Barbie, like within the film, they talk about how Barbies believe, like, oh yeah, they like saved the feminist movement, like they are like the cause of that. They taught women that they could be everything, but they also look at the imaging of Barbie as like, oh well, it's very cliche how we look at women, how all beautiful women have to be, the simplicity of just being that. It's a very interesting narrative the way they drive it, but with that also being said, they also just have this fun adventure story with Ken and Barbie. If you see in the trailer, they hint that they're going to the real world. They do go to the real world. Yeah, I'm not going to say what happens in the real world in all those scenes, but it's very funny, a few brief moments there, and it's really cool what they do with it. And then as they go back into the Barbie world, this world is fucking awesome. Shout out to the production designers. When I was first seeing it in theaters, like back then, I was like, holy shit. Production design, costumes, check. They won. I don't know. I mean, I guess I could see something beating it, really depending if it's like a really grand costume period piece. Like when Phantom Thread came out and everyone's just like, yeah, it has to win because costumes and dresses, that's like what the movie's about. It's gotta win. I would be shocked if anything beat Barbie at this point. The amount of costume changes, the creativity in the outfits, the style, and the production design is so fucking, it's mainstream because it's gonna be a mainstream film. But there's something so, like, appalling about how fucking awesome it is to look at this movie. At every shot, you're going to be like, this looks so good. And it has a great sense of direction. Greta Gerwig nails the way that she took this movie. And she could have done it in, like, quite a few ways. But she balances, like, that kind of absurdist humor. It feels like a cross between, like, a Jojo Rabbit, where it can be heartwarming, have an existential under-theme of it, but be this really goofy movie. And partly, like, the Lego Movie, where it deals with pop culture references, but it's not in your face. It's not like Free Guy or Deadpool would be like on the nose, in your face jokes. It's more consistent than that. The humor is more creative than that. It's a lot funnier. They do a lot of different things that you don't expect with the characters. The standout, the MVP of the film, other than Greta Gerwig's direction, Margot Robbie's excellent. She was born to play Barbie. But if there is a standout of this movie, and everyone's going to be talking about it once this movie is out, it is Ryan Gosling as Ken. Man's got that Kenergy, bro. He was not lying. my dudes. Have you seen the interview of them with like all the puppies? And like 80% of the interview is just Ryan Gosling be like, my bros, my dudes, my guys. What are you doing? Ryan Gosling is so fucking funny. But oh my god, is he great in this movie? Every line out of his mouth earned a laugh from the audience. Every fucking line. I shit you not. There was not a single time where people, in not even lines, you could just like do like a facial expression or just this really awkward movement. Like you could put on 2 pairs of sunglasses and the entire audience would just lose their shit because he's so naturally good in this role. He feels like Ken. It feels like the doll that you've been aware of, being this blonde guy who is there to love Barbie, but Barbie just sees Kens as friends in this universe, which is kind of how they are in the comics. But when you're like kind of in that mentality in your head, you're like, no, they love them. Kens love Barbies. Like, they feel like they're meant to be boyfriend and girlfriend, but in like the actual lore of Barbie, they're not. They're just friends. But you just kind of have that mentality when you look at the 2 dolls next to each other. Your thought is like, oh, Barbie. Ken is meant to be the boyfriend, obviously. Like, that's just the direction you go. And the fact that it doesn't, like, go with that movie and it plays onto that notion is great. Also, the fact that Barbie Land is, like, ran by Barbies. Barbies are, like, the real controller of it, and the men are kind of like the sideline. The Kens, all the Kens, and then, you know, Alan, who's played by Michael Cera, who's really funny. He's got a few moments to shine. All the side Barbies and Kens, as well as Alan, they're definitely like side characters that each get like their funny 2 or 3 gags. Alan probably has the funniest ones of these side Barbies and Kens and extra characters, but regardless, they're all really fun. But like what they do with Ken in this movie, without spoiling it, is fucking awesome. It is so cool. Because Barbie's existential crisis is genuinely emotional and a very powerful thematic theme for women. Ken's is like, it's heartwarming, you're like, it's cute, but it's so fucking funny. It's more just like this gigantic occurrence that happens when they go to the real world, and when Ken goes back, it just completely shifts his mind, and we go on this completely different film that I thought I did not expect to be seeing. And that's all thanks to Ryan Gosling's insane performance, and again, the great production design and direction, and the writing that Greta Gerwig and Noah Baumbach took this film in. And I seriously appreciate it. It's so goddamn clever. Soundtrack is great. The one thing I didn't have at my test screening, they said visual effects might have been done from the trailers. The visual effects are the exact same. Like, unless there's a shot or scenes that are added in that I'm not aware of, it's very possible stuff like that happened in the course of 3 months. But to my knowledge, I don't believe practically anything in this movie has really changed other than they've added in music. Because when I went, they had like that Dua Lipa song, Dance the Night. They had the Charlie XCX song, Speed Drive. Like, they had these songs in it, but most of the songs were not in the movie. Obviously, the Ryan Gosling one was in there because that's like a part of the film. You've probably seen the clip online. I'm a little pissed they released that. I wish they would have just waited for people to have seen the movie, because that number comes in and I was just like, holy shit. The Ken ballad. The love ballad for yourself being Ken is the fucking most clever thing that they could have done at that exact point in the movie, and it's so satisfying. It's so funny. Better get an Oscar nom. I need to see Ryan Gosling, Simu Liu. I need to see all these Ken cast members on the fucking at the Academy Awards on stage, just performing this. I just need to see it. I could die a happy man. I could die a happy Ken. And everyone can, and that once they see it. It's so good. Oh my god. A couple of the other things I want to touch on here. The movie felt so fast. Like, I guess I was just so excited in the moment to be seeing it early, because it was my first ever test screening I've been to. Here's the thing. On the rule of the NDA, it says you cannot mention the test screening prior to this film coming out. I remember that NDA, so I'm like, that's why I'm talking about it now. And if for some reason I would get in trouble for it, I would just be like, hey, recut out the review, and I'll delete it, and I'll do another way of saying it. But like, I did see this film, and I want people out there to see it. I think this movie is going to make a lot of money and blow up, and it seems people are, for the most part, really enjoying it. I'm expecting it to hit around the 80% range, like low 80s, very high 70s from critics. I think it's going to do really well. I think there's going to be some that think that it's a little overstuffed. It is definitely trying to accomplish a lot, and I think it accomplishes basically everything. If I had even one complaint, and the complaint I had when I first left theaters, I went, it feels like the arcs of America Ferrera and Ariana Greenblatt, the human main leads. The human lead, they're still like co-characters, like side characters, side actors. Like, they'd be nominated for supporting actors if they were in that category. But if I had to give one complaint, it's probably with them. They're not bad characters. They're really good. America Ferrera has one moment that I was like, that was fucking great. Really cool. Good for her. That was a really good moment in the movie, and I'm surprisingly, like, it was powerful, and I can't wait for people to see that moment. It still didn't mean that, like, it didn't feel a little tacked on enough, especially because I hadn't really been with these characters a lot. They have maybe 15 to 20 minutes of development, and they're kind of just like, you gotta go with it. But if you can go with it, everything else about the movie is great. Barbie's emotional character arc, which is shockingly great, is really good. It really makes you feel something. And you're going to get a ton of laughs throughout the movie. So if you're just going straight up for laughs, and because you love all the cast and characters, and you love the look of the film, you're going to automatically have a great time and probably leave with a great expression. But it's that shocking existential crisis, emotional moment to deal with Margot Robbie as Barbie and where it leads her on her journey at the end of this film. I was like, wow, that just adds like an extra layer. It's not just like a great, fun, very creative, ambitious, great take from Greta Gerwig. It is something way more unique than that, and she really sought something bigger in Barbie than a lot of people think. All the memes coming out about this because of Barbenheimer, or you just see Ryan Gosling in interviews, the way he like talks about playing Ken is a fucking almost satire in itself, because Ken himself in this movie is kind of the joke. Like, if any, again, a lot of humor comes from throughout the movie, but if there's like the one character that like substantially provides the laughs, it's Ryan Gosling. So seeing him in the interviews be like, oh, Ken's arc, it's so emotional, I felt so invested in it. Like, it's heartwarming and cute and funny the way they do it, but it's not the emotional investment, and that's obviously like what they're playing into when they do these interviews with him. It's very well done, and I cannot wait for everyone out there to see this movie. It's going to be so hype once everyone's seen it. I mean, I think Oppenheimer looks great too, and it could actually be better. I don't know. Have not seen Oppenheimer yet as of the time of recording this. I just wanted to record this right now as I'm driving to work. I got like 10 minutes, so I can still talk a little bit. But I wanted to review this before I went into work, because I know the embargo drops today at 6, so you'll probably be seeing this at 6. That's when my plan is to upload it. I just wanted to talk about it. I really, really did. And I really want people to see this goddamn movie. There's another movie I want to talk about, Talk to Me. I really want people to see that one as well. And I was recording a review of it, and then my phone died on the way, so it deleted all the footage. For some reason, it didn't even save what I did of that review. So I'm going to just have to do that again sometime. But please see Barbie. Pretty fucking please see Barbie. It is a blast. It's better than you think it's going to be, guys. It really, really is. For the people, I've seen so many reviews be like, I can't believe people are going to go see this dumb fucking movie about a doll. I've seen those comments everywhere. I mean, I've seen the meme ones, and I know a lot of people are going to go see it because it's Barbie and maybe as a gag. Like, no, it's a great film. Don't, like, if you know who Greta Gerwig is and you know a lot about movies, and you know the people who worked on this movie, it's gonna be on that level that you're thinking. This isn't a fucking joke. This isn't some stupid piece of shit post that they're getting in theaters that's only blowing up because of the memes with it being like, oh yeah, you know, like, no, Oppenheimer and Barbie, both prestige films, I'm sure. It's not just Oppenheimer that's prestige because it's about a historical figure and it's done by Christopher Nolan. Greta Gerwig is also putting out a grand movie this week, and you better be goddamn prepared for Barbenheimer. It is here. We are at that week. Go see fucking both movies. I know I'm going to. We're seeing both when I go to Austin this week, and I'm seeing Barbie tomorrow. And when I get back in town, I'm seeing Oppenheimer with my dad. So I'm seeing both twice. I probably won't see. I'll see Oppenheimer Saturday, and I'll see it later that week with my dad, probably like Wednesday or Thursday of the next week. It'll be a bit later, but still. And I'm seeing Barbie tomorrow, which is Wednesday, and I'm seeing it Friday really, really late at like 11:30 p.m. in Austin at Alamo Drafthouse. It's gonna be a blast. I can't wait. The theater's sold out for both my Barbie screenings, so, you know, crowd's gonna be crazy, and I hope that they love this movie. We get a great amount of energy, Kenergy, Barbenergy from the theaters. So go check out both this weekend. I would give Barbie a 9 out of 10. I think it's damn near perfect. It's an awesome film. It's extremely funny. And Greta Gerwig and Noah Baumbach, thank you for getting this made. And Ryan Gosling, let's get that supporting actor nom. Let's get that win. Let's be real. He deserves that win. It's great. Once you see, it's a great comedic performance. I haven't seen one like it in a while. Like, he nails everything about it. I'm just Ken. It's so good. So yeah. Next review should be Talk to Me, or a Barbie spoiler review, or maybe Oppenheimer. I don't know. I'm busy this whole week. I got a lot of shit going on, so we'll have to see what lines up with what. But that is the overall plan, so I'll see you guys for that. Bye.